bracket. Devin Dixon, J.C. Carroll, Casey Winters, for a rematch of a game that was for the title a year ago. Ridgeline and Desert Hills. It took bonus basketball last year with Desert Hills winning the championship. But the Ridgeline Riverhawks are looking for some revenge. Welcome into the Findlay Subaru pregame show. Let's hear from each coach, starting first with Ainsley Jinks, the coach of Ridgeline, 22-0. Here's what she had to say with Kate Dally moments ago.
Coach, you come in undefeated. How do you keep the ball rolling?
You know, I think we just focus on one game at a time. Every game is a game we talk to the girls about. I mean, that's kind of what we've done all season. We haven't really focused on our record. More, we've just talked about the process and going through each game and playing as hard as you can and doing your very best.
What are some key lessons in tonight's game?
Well, we always talk about transition, right? We like to run the floor. And then one thing that we have really tried to work on this season is our defense. And so defensive effort will be huge against Desert Hills. They're a great team. This is a matchup of the final game last year, and so those two teams coming back together, you saw Coach and I greet each other. I have a ton of respect for him and his program. And so we're just coming in hoping we can play good defense and transition and do our thing.
How beneficial is it that you guys get to play at the Spectrum this year?
We're excited. I mean, it's always fun to play in your backyard, and a lot of these girls have played here growing up, right? You come to camps, you come to different things, and get in this gym every once in a while, so it's fun to have it right here in our backyard.
Well, thank you for your time, and good luck.
Thank you so much. It's good to see you.
Back to you.
All right, now the other side of the token. Here's Coach Ron DeNoss. His thoughts as the Thunder try to go back-to-back.
Coach DeNoss, you come in playing this game to an undefeated team. What are your keys?
We talked about it with the girls today and told them not to let the moment get them the best and to take care of the ball. They like to pressure you, and they get on big runs. And so we got to make sure we take care of the ball and play good, solid defense on them.
What will you tell your girls in the locker room to hype them up?
Well, it's the end of the season, and no one expects us to win, so we're going to go out there loose and ready to go, and we're just excited to be able to play them. So
I like that. Well, how excited are you and your girls to be playing at the Spectrum tonight?
We're excited every time we come up to state, and we make it a goal every year to make it to state. And I brought some younger girls this year, and I told them, you guys need to get used to this. This is what we plan on doing every year. So it's important for us to come to state for them to have this experience, and so we're excited for that.
Well, good luck tonight, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Kate Dolly right there with Coach Ron DeNoss, the defending state champs, ready to go. Let's look at Casey Winters for a second here with some keys for the Desert Hills Thunder.
So obviously your Desert Hills, you got to slow down Emily Skinner, make it difficult for her. Second thing is you got to get your offense going early. You can't dig yourself a hole too early in this game. And then you just got to make those small hustle plays, right? The 50-50 balls, the offensive rebounds, maybe tie up some loose balls, things like that. Just give yourself as many possessions as you can.
J.C. Carroll, third member of our crew. Let's talk keys to the game for the Ridgeline Riverhawks.
Yeah, as we look at the Ridgeline girls, they've had an unbelievable season. And one of the reasons for that is Emily Skinner, their sophomore guard. She does a great job. They need to get her to the ball early, get her going often, play through her. The second thing, revenge factor. I've spent some time with these young ladies in the past few days, and they have been thinking about the state tournament game that they lost last year. And it's not so much a revenge as much as they're talking about as an opportunity to get what they feel should be theirs. And the third key is a hot start. They need to come out like they're an undefeated team. They need to come out like the favorite and throw the first punch.
All right, starting lineups being introduced, brought to you by House of Jump for Ridgeline. You've got, of course, Emily Skinner, sensational sophomore, does a little bit of everything. And then you've got Elise Livingston, Hallie Smith, as well as number 32, Brenly Weiss, and
Miley Villanueva.
Thank you. Villanueva at forward, Coach DeNoss, and the Thunder, Jenna Brown, who's set to tip it up. And then you've got Ashton Hansen, averages in double digits, trying 11.9 points per game.
You got Caitlin Andrus.
JC Riding out there
JC
as well. And we got to re-jump it. And we're not quite underway yet. Brown and Skinner wins it. We're underway here. Ridgeline and Desert Hills from the Spectrum here at Utah State University. Glad you're with us on KSLSports.com. A drive and a kick is deflected out of bounds by J.C. Riding. He'll stay with Ridgeline. Livingston to trigger it in. A hot start. Yes, right there. Oh, but she missed the land. Good look right there for Smith.
Yeah, good execution on the inbounds play there for the Riverhawks.
Riding will flip it over to Andrus. Andrus, a senior, part of that state championship team last year. High screen. Back to Andrus in the corner. Ashton Hansen. She's an underclassman. Hard drive and shot up and in. And Desert Hills scores the first points of the game. Hannah Heaton.
Great job by Hannah right there. Very good drive. Nice finish with the right hand.
Under control. Looked like J.C. Carroll in the Spectrum in the old days.
Great aggressive finish.
Miss playing in this building?
Yes.
Glory days. What was it, 05, 06, 07?
05, 06, 07, 08. Those are my 4 years. Yeah, we won a lot of games. I think we won 94 games in my 4 years here. Nearly 2 or 3 losses in this building is all.
Here come the Thunder. They've got the 2-0 lead. And turnover. That's going to be a factor in this one, a turnover differential. And here come the Riverhawks. Skinner. Hard drive. And a whistle.
Yeah, good drive there by Emily Skinner. She attacked baseline, took it behind her back, took it to the left hand, got into the lane. Actually made the left-handed little floater in the lane, but fouled before the shot.
Lob it in high. Livingston gets it in. Thunder played a man-to-man defense wearing the black jerseys, gold Thunder across the chest, the gold numbers, the all-whites with the blue trim. Good looking. You know, I like Ridgeline's uniform scheme because it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Seattle Seahawks.
I knew that's where you were going, Dev.
The neon green.
We got the green,
yeah.
the blue. Uh-oh.
And travel, turnover on the Riverhawks.
Did Skinner maybe rolled her ankle, stepped on someone's foot? I'm not sure, but a little grimace there.
Yeah, a lot of contact on this drive.
Maybe she just got kicked in the shin.
Might have been a knee-to-knee contact. Hard to see down low what exactly happened.
She's back up. Looks like she's walked it off and ready to go.
2-0 Desert Hills have the lead on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. Hannah Heaton on a drive. Has it stripped and stolen. Racing ahead. Skinner, left hand, knees fine, scores it. That was pretty.
That was real pretty. Coast to coast. Nice left hand finish by Emily.
And I haven't seen Emily play live since the state tournament last year. And you can tell, man, she's got an extra gear. She turned it on there.
No question. Already getting a lot of college accolades. I'm sure coaches here at Utah State would love to keep the hometown kid here.
Absolutely. They should be doing everything they can to get her to stay at Utah State. The full court press, whatever it takes to get her here, should be the number one goal of the Aggie program.
Into Hansen. Back outside. Thunder will reset. We're tied 2-2. 5:34 left in quarter number 1. Jenna Brown. Kick out to Heaton. Guarded by Livingston. Here comes a high screen. Drive the baseline. Leaves it for Hansen. Hansen going to fight through and get a foul. Macy Brown looked like she went straight up, but contact comes, and 2 shots coming from the stripe.
First team foul on the Ridgeline. At the line, number 22.
Yeah, good hard shot by Ashton Hansen to draw that foul. Honestly, if Macy Brown would have just kind of kept her feet, she probably doesn't get the foul, and makes it a very hard shot for this young lady to make.
Free throw, good on the second attempt, missing from the Frank May Ski-Doo free throw line. So Hansen splits a pair. Thunder back up by a point here. 5:15 to go, opening quarter. A little pick and pop, and Skinner has it, goes off her fingertips out of bounds.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. Probably an opportunity there to get her the ball. Went out of bounds, and turnover. Turnovers can become a key factor in these games.
And there's a turnover. J.C. Carroll called it the other way. All the way coast to coast, and a whistle and a foul. As Macy Brown tried to go to the left hand underneath the rim. Taking a look at our CNR trailers replay. Here's the steal. It was an entry pass that was just picked off.
Yeah.
It's like the quarterback didn't see the linebacker sitting right in the middle of the field.
Yeah, made a little bit of a poor decision. If she probably just kept going to the left hand, she may have had a layup. Looked for a teammate. Didn't quite work out. Macy Brown went the other way real quick and made a good play to get to the left hand to potentially make a layup.
Brown free throw, too strong. Ricochets off the back iron.
I think if you're Coach Tanash, you're happy with this start of the first 3 minutes. When you got the lead, you haven't let Ridgeline get in a rhythm offensively. And you kind of know it's just a matter of time, but try to extend this lead as much as you can before the Riverhawks get going.
Ashton Hansen buries a mid-range J straight away. 5-2 Thunder.
Another shot. Yeah, if I'm the Ridgeline coach, I'd probably let these girls play. Let them kind of figure it out a little bit. There's no need to panic right now. You're only down 3. You've only scored 2 points. You know your team's going to be able to play better. So let them play. Let them try to figure it out in this new atmosphere.
Which coach will sit down first? Ainsley Jinks of Ridgeline or Rhonda Noss of Desert Hills? I don't think either one has sat down yet in this first quarter.
My guess would be, well, I'm not going to guess, but there's a little more relaxed look on this end with his hands in his pocket, just kind of standing there as if this is the way he drew it up.
Drive. Up and under, no from Livingston. Anders grabs the rebound. Across the timeline, here's Hannah Heaton, guarded by Elise Livingston. Man-to-man defense applied by the Riverhawks. Approaching the halfway point of the first quarter. Ooh, and a tip and a steal. Skinner, left-hand lay-in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, good anticipation on that. You could almost kind of see it coming as they came to the other end. Emily anticipated. Easy basket for 2. Good full-court pressure here by number 25, Haley Smith here, making it difficult for the Thunder.
Thunder lead by 1. Ball screwed up high, but Anderson terminated the dribble. Finds Jenna Brown. Back to Heaton. Heaton, Brown were really the only two that played significant minutes. As Ashton Hansen lines up a triple, nothing but the bottom.
Off to a great start. That's 6 points for Ashton Hansen.
Yeah, great shot. She's done well. She's got to the free throw line. She's made some layups. She just made a three-pointer. She's done a nice job to start out this first quarter.
And Coach Jinks will take a timeout, and we'll step aside. Midway through the first, 8-4 Thunder in the quarterfinals 4A State girls action here from the Spectrum. Stay with us, everybody.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
If you want your athlete to be ready for the state level, they need to start with high hoops. Let Wade Bronson, a state basketball champion, use his coaching and expertise to get your athlete on the top of their game. Call to find out how you can join a team or play in their annual 3v3 showcase.
Utah is growing, and we're growing too. What started on the U of U campus has grown to over 110,000 members with 20 locations, and we're ready to meet even more of you. More than a campus or a branch, we are Utah's teachers, businesses, and families. For over 65 years, we've been part of your community, and while our name is changing, our commitment to you is not. University Credit Union is now You First Credit Union. See why it's getting even better here. Welcome.
Back live, Spectrum, Utah State University. Thunder lead by 4. Ridgeline out of the timeout. Substitutions into the game. DeMooney is in off the bench, seeing her first action. Double team, they get it to Skinner. Skinner whip pass. Open look at a three. It's in the air. Not this time. And they call an offensive foul on Macy Brown.
That'll be her second here in the first quarter.
Second team foul.
Macy didn't like it, but she'll retreat to play defense. And now she's going to have to check out. And they'll bring in Sydney Zollinger. Bench points could be a factor in this game. Both teams going to the bench early on here.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know much about Desert Hills bench. It seems like the Riverhawks, they got a pretty deep bench with some young girls coming in. It will be a factor for sure, especially if some of the starters get into foul trouble.
Well, and all the substitutes are on Ridgeline's side so far. Desert Hills actually is yet to substitute. Starting 5 still out there. 2 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. It's been Ashton Hansen that's carried the load offensively. Shot clock down to 2. They got to get a shot off. Jenna Brown doesn't realize it. She's trying to find a guard. And there's a kill that Ridgeline. Coach Jinx is all fired up over there.
Yeah, great defense by Ridgeline there. They didn't allow the Thunder to do anything. They kept them up and were able to get the shot clock violation.
If you look at the pressure that Ridgeline applies, that's going to be a problem for Desert Hills if Ridgeline can sustain that pressure. That was a great defensive possession there.
Skinner. Yes, bottom of the bucket. She was in triple threat. She put the ball low and then elevated that shot so perfectly.
Yeah, you can really see that shot coming. Desert Hills, they were sagged back. They left some space. As I sit here watching, I'm going, look, you probably got to get up on her, and she made a good decision and made the shot.
She's got all 7 for Ridgeline. Desert Hills is going to have to make a concerted effort to not let her get the ball and make it double team her maybe, just to make it as difficult as they can for her.
Skinner came in averaging 20.4. Inside, J.C. Riding finds a crease and a little kiss off the window, and down it goes.
Yeah, Desert Hills is battling. They're making baskets. They're getting to the rim. They're making things interesting for sure.
Skinner again. This time, that's the second time she's used the left hand.
So good with the left hand. That's not something you see in a lot of high school players, being able to score with both hands.
No, you're right. Not just in the women's game, but in the men's game as well. You don't see high school kids skilled enough to be able to do both hands.
Saw Olivia Hamlin do it a little bit earlier in Snow Canyon's win. And we're seeing Emily Skinner. And, of course, they're 1 and 2 in scoring in the state in 4A coming into this this quarterfinal Thursday here at the Spectrum. 10-9. Desert Hills lead is at 1. Ridgeline trying to change that. Livingston fouled. She'll head to the line.
And I think everybody would love to see a Hamlin-Skinner matchup at some point, just to watch those two guards go at it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Look, I saw Skyview play just before this game for the first time, and we had Hannah Radford go off for 36.
Yes, she was a bucket tonight.
I need to look at – you guys might need to educate me on the bracket, but who does the winner of this game go on and play?
So Snow Canyon will play Skyview in the next round, and then Ridgeline will play the winner of Green Canyon-Dixie, that game coming up next.
Perfect.
And free throws there. Frank May, Ski-Doo, free throw line. And Ridgeline has their first lead of the game here with 1:14 left in the first quarter. 11-10.
It's taking a little bit, but you can see the work they're putting on the defensive end, making things hard down here. And honestly, their defense has turned into their offense.
Bryn Mortensen just checked in, the freshman. She goes right to the rim, had a good look, and just spins out. Skinner going back to work, blocked by Mortensen, but a foul.
Really nice change of pace by Emily Skinner there. She came down, slowed it down, went a little right to left crossover, get into the lane to draw the foul.
Well, back to our point we were just talking about, when you are coaching, a lot of times you're thinking most players' left hand is their weak hand, so you want to force them that way. Emily will take that on and make you pay for it. She's definitely comfortable going either direction.
Skinner splits them. Actually,
she got them both.
Correction, made them both. I was looking at some stats there. Missed the first one.
Already into double digits. She's got 11.
Yeah. Not surprising, is it?
Not at all, and here she goes again.
The thievery. Mortensen trying to trail, and Skinner with the right hand. Okay, she's got a right hand too. Beautiful.
Both.
We'd love to see what her average steals are. I mean, she's got to be, and we can look that up. But, man, she is all over the court defensively.
Yeah, she's doing a great job. Honestly, as I sit here and watch the Ridgeline, we look at number 23 right now that's guarding the ball. Elise Livingston. And she's done a really good job making things hard for Desert Hills point guards, and that's giving the wings and Emily Skinners of the Riverhawks the opportunity to steal the ball.
Riverhawks, you mentioned the steals. Emily Skinner second in all 4A, 3.3 steals a game. Hallie Smith is fifth, and she averages 2.6 steals per game, so they got 2 in the top 5.
And
Yeah.
she's probably got 3 already in this game. She's probably close to her average already.
Into the first quarter, down to 4 seconds. Riding's going to have to hoist, and they block the shot, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Desert Hills strong start, but that last 2 minutes, Emily Skinner put on a show, take it over after 15-10. Ridgeline leading Desert Hills. We'll be back on KSLSports.com here inside the 4A State Championships.
Thank you. Enjoy your new car. Car buying was never meant to be a chore. That's why at Crump Reese Motors, we make it as easy and honest as possible.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Miller Medical is ready to care for clients with full services for family medical. They also offer beauty and spa health treatments with hot stone and IV vitamin therapies, as well as Botox. Let Miller Medical take care of all your healthcare needs.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Welcome back. Spectrum here at Utah State. Devin Dixon, J.C. Carroll, Casey Winters bringing you Desert Hills Ridgeline rematch of last year's Girls State Championship game that was down at the Burns Arena in St. George. Ridgeline playing in their backyard here as the number 1 overall seed, undefeated in region, undefeated on the season. Desert Hills came in 11-10, and it's steal by Bryn Mortensen. Cross-court pass to Jenna Brown. Back to Morty. Morty, buckets, good.
Good execution there by Desert Hills on the fast break. A little 2-on-1 fast break. Passed it back and forth a couple times. Created an easy layup. Riverhawks are trying to post up Emily now at this point. Trying something a little different.
And a steal by Hanson. Good start to the quarter for the Thunder. A bucket and now another possession, down by 3, 15-12. Elise Livingston with the thievery, coast to coast, and she scores it. Livingston, beautiful finish at the rim with the right hand.
Yeah, we talked about it, how the effort she's been putting in. Now, just on the opposite side, we had number 25, Hallie Smith pressuring full court and gave her an opportunity to steal it.
Hannah Heaton answering at the other end, tempo picking up a little bit. Heaton's got 4.
And Hannah's working hard. I mean, she's had a couple buckets, but she's drawn the assignment of Emily Skinner, and you can tell she's working hard.
Skinner triple won't go. Mortensen grabs the rebound. Denos wants a timeout.
You know, not a bad shot. She's your best player, but honestly, dribbling it up, 6.5 minutes to go, taking a shot without passing to a teammate, without moving it, probably you can look for a better opportunity than that. That shot can happen a lot later in the possession.
Timeout brought to you by Cache Valley Bank. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, I mean, I think JC alluded to it. Ridgeline can get whatever they want offensively. I think, get your sets going a little bit. Let those shots come in transition. You don't have to settle at all. I mean, you can work it. You can attack. I mean, you've got size. You've got speed. You've got athleticism. Take the buckets as they come. But good time to execute and try to extend this lead a little bit if you're Ridgeline.
13 of Ridgeline's 17 from Emily Skinner. A little more balanced for Desert Hills. Ashton Hansen has 6. Hannah Heaton has 4. Riding and Mortensen have the other field goals. 6:26 left in the second period. 3-point lead for Ridgeline. They pick up man-to-man defense in the backcourt. Riding brings it across the timeline on the dribble. Gives to Ashton. Ashton over to Mortensen. Inside to Ashton Hansen. Blocked from the backside. Grabbed by Jenna Brown. Goes to a drop step. Left-hand shot no good. Rebound Ridgeline.
Good second opportunity there for Desert Hills. Unfortunately, unable to convert.
And Bucket missed at the other end. Both teams good looks, and both just kind of hung on the rim, fell off no good. DeMooney.
Yeah, once again, that pressure is relentless.
And they'd call
from
a foul.
Ridgeline.
Yeah, that pressure will pay dividends, especially in the second half. I'm a big believer in making the other team's point guard work a little bit full court. You don't want to commit that foul, but the pressure defense, making them change directions, work to get into their offense, I think is something that gives you a huge advantage, especially as you get down the stretch.
And I think we saw that in the Layton Christian game
yes.
against Ridgeline, right? That pressure was 32 minutes long, and maybe it wore on some of those free throws and some of those shots that Ridgeline had late.
Biggest comeback of the day, and unfortunately Ridgeline's boys exit as the 3 seed, and the 6 seed Layton Christian won that game by a point. Lead pass ahead, lay-in good. Unselfish basketball, Ridgeline getting out and running, JC.
Yeah, they get out quick. Ridgeline's got some girls that can move. Good look ahead for an easy basket.
Now last one by Smith. And now whistling a foul called on Emily Skinner.
A big difference in this game, the reason it's got changed around is the Riverhawks are getting easy looks. They're getting out in transition, getting easy baskets. Desert Hills, they've had to work for everything. They've made some good baskets, ran some good offense, but it's been a struggle to get those opportunities.
Kick it to the corner, deflection out of bounds. 30 seconds still remain on the shot clock. 5:04 left here in the second quarter on the game clock.
I'm not quite sure what Coach Jink's philosophy is, but if I'm Desert Hills, I'm trying to get that second foul on Emily Skinner as quick as I can with 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Nearly as Smith still. She had laying on her mind, but she couldn't tightrope the sideline.
Yeah, she's tenacious. She's getting her hand on everything. She's right there around the ball every time it comes in. She's a tenacious little defender.
They switch and now switch back. Skinner guarding Heaton. Heaton throws it away. Here comes Livingston right down the middle of the court. Kick it over to Skinner. Beautiful timing on the pass, and Skinner does what she does best, score buckets.
Yeah, great look by the young lady that stole the ball and brought it up. She had Emily early. She waited till the defense committed to her, then made the pass to her teammate.
Here they come again.
Brown this time leading the break. Now it's just slow it up on the left wing. 3-point line extended. Back to Livingston straight away. Livingston will hoist. Back iron, no good. Hit the top of the shot clock, so it'll be back to Desert Hills.
The thing I love about Ridgeline, just watching them play defense, is all 5 girls are bought in. There's not one girl out pressuring and everyone else is just sitting back. All 5 girls are working their tails off, trying to create those turnovers and applying that pressure throughout the entire shot clock.
That's why they're the favorite to win the state championship. One of the big reasons.
Yeah, what do they like to tell you? That defense wins championships? Sometimes I like to argue that and just say, I'm going to score 100 points, try and score 105 points and beat me. But I think we've seen throughout basketball history that defense wins a lot of championships.
30-second timeout brought to you by Cash Valley Bank. We'll take it back to the Spectrum after this. Ridgeline leads Desert Hills by 7.
Let GBI help you get your project completed on time and on budget. If you're looking for work, join GBI's team for a great work environment, competitive pay, and benefits.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while it's...
J.C. Ryden will bring it across the timeline back here at the Spectrum, 21-14. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters, J.C. Carroll on the call here, KSLSports.com. Your home for the 4A State Boys and Girls Championships. Shot won't go by Mortensen, but knocked out of bounds, last touch by Ridgeline. It'll be riding to trigger it in under the Thunder basket.
As we sit and watch Desert Hills attack, they're not getting much below the three-point line. They're really stagnant up here on the top of the key. They need to run something such as that. Good play by her. She forced action, got past that front line of defense by the Riverhawks.
Ashton Hansen, the junior, Comes from a football family. Her dad's a defensive coordinator down in southern Utah. It's been a number of years, won 2 state championships with the Desert Hills football team.
Kind of a weird setup here if you're watching at home. Ashton is about as far left as I've ever seen anybody lined up on the free throw line, but goes 2 for 2, so whatever works.
And a quick trigger 3 at the other end after Hansen hit both free throws. That's no good. And now Desert Hills a chance to draw closer. They trail by 5. 21-16. Got 2 freshmen on the court for Coach Janas. Of course, their entire starting 5 from last year's state championship team graduated. Sade Turlington's playing at Utah Tech. One of the players went to Snow. I'm forgetting her name. I'm drawing a blank. Viafanua is at Snow College. And a couple move on to play next level basketball. So this is kind of a new core, kind of a rebuild year for Coach Janas. Inside, Brown shot no, whistle and a foul. And it's an offensive foul on Macy Brown. Trying to track down that miss.
I think we're in the bonus here. So Desert Hills will be shooting free throws.
Yeah, anytime you're sending girls into any kind of college programs, you got something going right in your program. You're doing a good job developing talent, giving girls the opportunity. Macy Brown, I believe that's her 3rd foul. That's when you're in foul trouble, picking up a silly foul like that is costly for your team. She'll go have a seat, and next man up, as they say.
Tess, freshman, makes the free throw. Okay, Coach Jinks has not sat down. She is. And Coach Janas sat down. So, Coach Janas, if you were taking Coach Janas to sit first, you were correct. Congratulations to our winners tonight. Tess Peterson's second one, no. Rims out, no good. Quickly ahead.
JC mentioned it earlier about Ridgeline just playing and doing a little more just feeling free, and I think they've done that here in the second quarter, and you can tell the nerves have maybe gone away a little bit, and they're settling into their normal pace and rhythm.
Mortensen all the way in, off the window. How about Bryn Mortensen? 2 buckets, 4 points off the bench. She didn't have her driver's license, but she was driving the lane.
Yeah, she's driving the lane. That's a great take. She finished kind of wrong-footed them, and off the glass, nice little runner. Great play by that young lady.
Oh, offensive rebound, 3-pointer. Looked online, but rims off, no good from Livingston. All of a sudden, Desert Hills has a chance to tie or take the lead with a triple. Heaton, a little kick out as she was losing her balance. Gets it to Andrus. Over to Hansen. Hansen goes to a spin move, up and under, 12-footer, no. Left it short. Might have been partially tipped.
I think so.
Skinner, Euro step. Not this time.
Yeah, she's had 2 right in a row. Great moves. Just hasn't finished the layup.
I'm jealous. That's a great move. Caitlin Andrews says, why settle for 2 when you can have 3? 22-21. Desert Hills back on top.
Yeah, they're not going away. We've talked about how good the Ridgeline girls look, but let's be honest, this Desert Hills team is solid. They got girls that are used to winning, and it's showing right now in tournament time. They're making plays to have the lead at this point.
This looks like a completely different team than I saw Tuesday night as they beat Hurricane. Blocked, Livingston, out of bounds. Thunder will keep it. Fans love the block, but 9 times out of 10 you block it and it goes out of bounds and you keep the possession.
Yeah, anytime I got blocked, it was never that big of a deal. It would go out of bounds. We usually get the ball back, and my next thought was I'm going to make it 3 now.
Right into Hansen. Good look, middle of the key, missed it. But the inbounder, Hannah Heaton, tracks it down. Desert Hills leads by 1. Only 1:30 left here in the opening half, and Caitlin Andrus' scoop shot won't go too strong off the glass. Here comes Livingston. Livingston, almost the hoop and the harm.
Yeah, good rebound. Ridgeline, it almost looks like whoever gets the rebound is able to bring it up on the break. They fill the lanes really well. I was watching that possession. She had 2 wings out ahead that she could have kicked it to. She forced the action. She's on the foul line as a result.
Livingston good from the Frank May Ski-Doo free throw line. Check out the great selection at the Honeyville location. One more for Elise Livingston. And she got it. Livingston has 6 points in the contest, and they pick up man-to-man, full court. Now they kind of sag off as Hannah Heaton will bring it across to half court. 23-22, Ridgeline by 1.
Desert Hills lately has done a much better job. Kind of jinxed them. I was going to say much better job moving the ball and not being so stagnant like JC had referred to earlier, but that one, it was no one was on the other end of that pass.
Yeah, you said it. They've gotten back in this game and had the lead briefly because they are taking care of the ball. They're moving the ball, they're getting open, and they're not turning it over. Ridgeline lived off of the turnovers there in the first quarter to get their lead.
Cross to half court. Smith with it. Coach Noss looks like he could get out there and slide his feet. Straightaway triple, Livingston.
Oh.
Hello, nothing but the bottom.
That was a deep one. 7 points for Elise in the second quarter.
It's a nice little play, almost an elevator screen coming down from the block up to for a wide open shot. It was deep, but it was open.
Steal by Skinner. Skinner racing ahead. And Skinner scoring it. Here come the Riverhawks closing out the first half strong. Desert Hills shot clock is off. 26 seconds left. 28-22. All of a sudden, Desert Hills' lead is gone. It's an 8-0 run.
And just the first bucket for Emily in the second quarter, but at least Livingston carried the Riverhawks here in the second quarter.
Oh, what a block. But a foul from the outside official as Tess Peterson tried to shoot that shot.
Oh, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one.
Here's our CNR replay. Good pass.
I think she had all ball there. I think she just blocked it with a little force.
Skinner, though, to her credit, she walked away smiling.
Yes, she did.
Couldn't tell if there was body or not down low, but the block up high guys certainly looked clean on that one. Peterson, though, free throw, good. Appreciate UCCU. Proud sponsor of sports here on KSLSports.com. And Peterson's second one, no good. 5-point lead. Ridgeline, though, plenty of time to get another shot off. Down to 8 in the corner. Livingston circles it back out and tries a backdoor cut. And they call a foul on Jenna Brown trying to deny Skinner the ball.
Yeah, Ridgeline got a little out of sorts. Honestly, you can tell these girls have played together a lot. They kind of looked at each other. They knew the backdoor was coming. Fortunate call. Maybe something that sometimes gets missed. Could go either way. Emily converts the front end of the one-on-one.
Yeah, kind of level out in the end, don't they?
There you go. Maybe a questionable here, maybe a questionable here. Sometimes I think they call those makeup calls. I don't know if those exist or not, but that seems to be the conversation on the bench at times.
And that'll do it for the first half. Had a couple lead changes. Seesaw battle, 30-23. Casey Winters, your thoughts on an entertaining one?
Yeah, like you said, kind of a slow start for both teams. Ridgeline took a big lead. Desert Hills fought back.
Let's go to Kate Daly, who's standing by with Coach Jinks.
Coach, great first half. What do you think went well?
Well, I'd actually like us to play better defense. So, I mean, obviously some defensive things that we have to adjust, but I thought the girls continued to play hard even through some adversity.
What are you going to go in and tell them right now?
We got to adjust defensively. We're letting them have the basket instead of turning and keeping them in front of us. So that's going to be our adjustment. So,
thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half. Back to you.
Kate Daly there with Coach Jinks. What do you make of that, JC? I mean, they did get some points in the paint there. Desert Hills did get a lot of them down low on the block.
Yeah, they did. Give Desert Hills some credit. They were stagnant. They were stuck up on the top of the key. They got aggressive. They got towards the basket and created opportunities for themselves to get back in this game. And we heard right there, Coach Jinks' adjustment is to limit those opportunities for them.
Yep, keep them in front specifically. We'll take the break at the half. 30-23, Ridgeline leading Desert Hills. Stay with us. We'll be back. Rundown of all the stats. More analysis from J.C. Carroll, Casey Winters right after this timeout and message from our great local partners.
Tanglewood Studios has something for everyone, whether it's dance, cheer, color guard, or gymnastics. There's even recreational all-boys gymnastics along with Mamma Me classes. Family rates are available, so come join the fun.
We know it takes an entire community to make Southern Utah thrive. You will see us on the fields, on the courts, at festivals, and in the schools, and everywhere in between. From Southern Utah's Auto Mall, we help you create memories that bolster joy in our community. It's the reason why we've got it made in Southern Utah and why you've got it made at Stephen Wade.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
For all your embroidery and screen printing needs, whether for business or just for fun, stop by Cover Up in Tremont or Brigham. At Cover Up, yeah, we can do that.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Think of Greer's Hardware for all your spring cleaning needs. Whether your project is inside or outside, they have you covered.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Stop by Twisted Sugar and pick your favorite gourmet cookies. There's 18 flavors available each week, as well as cookies of the month. You can even get a specialty order of mini cookies for your favorite team or something sweet for that special person in your life. Be a smart cookie and get that sweet at Twisted Sugar.
Well, it's snowing outside here in Logan, Utah. No surprise, but I'm hearing it's snowing in St. George. That is a little bit of a surprise. Devin Dixon, J.C. Carroll, Casey Winters here, 30-23 at the half. Hey, we need the water. We need the water.
That's right. Fill up Lake Powell, baby.
Fill up Lake Powell. I don't want to hit any more rocks next summer. Hey, it wasn't rocky for Emily Skinner. She leads all scores with 19. JC, we saw a little bit of the defense leading to offense, saw her hit the three, get some rebounds, putbacks. I mean, she's a really complete player, and if she's not the 4A MVP and MVP of 4A, I'll be shocked. I mean, I know Livy Hamlin is leading this in scoring, and maybe if Livy and Snow Canyon were to beat Ridgeline, that might flip that, but she's got to be the favorite right now, and she showed us in the first half.
Yeah, she looked great. She came out, kind of did what we said that she needed to do for her team, get going early, get her the ball often. Made a comment that she got off to a hot start. Then the second half, the other girls started to play. She didn't have as much of an impact offensively until the second part of the second quarter, and she did a good job.
Casey Winters, Desert Hills, I mean, they came back and took that 1-point lead. What was it, 22-21? And all of a sudden, you're like, okay, the defending champs are playing with some pride and some heart, even though they lost all their starters from last year's state championship run to graduation. Coach Donasa's got to be pleased in the locker room right now. Ashton Hansen kind of pacing them with 9 points, but it was a compilation. Bryn Mortensen came off the bench, did some nice things.
Yeah.
You saw Hannah Heaton do some good things. She goes, I think, 2 for 3 in that first half. As a collective team, they're in this game.
They are, and they did exactly what they had to in the first half to take that lead. Ridgeline went on a little run to end the quarter. They're down 7. I think the key, and we've talked about this several times today already, for Coach Donas is to start this third quarter, let's keep it 7 or lower, right? Let's not let this 7-point lead turn into 12-15, and then we're fighting uphill the whole second half. And I think it's got to be by committee, like you said. It's got to be a Caitlin Andrus. It's got to be J.C. Riding. It's got to be Hannah Heaton, Ashton Hansen, and then those girls that came in off the bench, those freshmen, Tess Peterson and Brindley Mortensen, did an outstanding job for the Thunder, contributed on the defensive end, scored a couple buckets. So, if you're Coach Donash, you like where you're at. We just got a little bit of a hole to dig out of here to keep it interesting.
This is the Rally Stop halftime show. JC, let's look at some statistics brought to you by Adams Wealth Advisors. What jumps out the stat sheet for you in the first half?
Yeah, honestly, a couple things that stick out are the rebounding. Desert Hills, they're in this because they've done a nice job of rebounding the ball. It's 15 rebounds to 11. 3 of those offensive on the offensive end, which has given them an opportunity to get extra shots, extra attempts, extra possessions, and it takes away possessions from Ridgeline, which Ridgeline, the way they want to play, they need the ball, they need it early, and they need to get out quickly. Another statistic, Ridgeline is doing a nice job passing the ball, 4 assists to 2 assists compared to Desert Hills. And when you're sharing the basketball, it's funny. We used to talk about as teammates and as from our coaches, you get energy when you get to touch the ball in your hands. Teammates are more excited about playing defense if they've got to touch the ball and feel involved on the offensive end.
10 turnovers, though, something Coach Donas probably circled on the stat sheet, said we got to clean this up, got to value the basketball a little bit more. All right, one final break. This has been the Rally Stop halftime show. 60-second timeout, back with the second half. Ridgeline leading by 7 over the Thunder.
Rudd Funeral Home is there to serve your family in your time of need.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Tanglewood Studios has something for everyone, whether it's dance, cheer, color guard, or gymnastics. There's even recreational all-boys gymnastics along with Mama Me classes. Family rates are available, so come join the fun.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Whether it's drinks or treats, get your fix at Soda Fix in Tree Mountain.
Welcome back. Spectrum, Utah State University. Devin Dixon, J.C. Carroll, Casey Winter start a second half. It'll be really interesting to see if Desert Hills can win this first 4-minute battle. or if Ridgeline will kind of continue the way they closed out that last 4-minute battle where they built this 7-point halftime lead. It'll be Desert Hills basketball. Glad you're with us on KSLSports.com. Thunder wearing the black gold numbers, whites, the blue trim around the numbers for Ridgeline. Inside, and a beautiful pass and a beautiful bucket there by Jenna Brown.
Yeah, really nice execution there. As you mentioned, if Desert Hills is getting this game, they have to take care of the ball. 10 turnovers is entirely too much, and those 10 turnovers is what gave Ridgeline the opportunity to get out and score. So let's keep an eye on those turnovers for Desert Hills. Great execution on the first possession.
And it was the first points of the game for Jenna Brown. Much needed bucket. Maybe that'll get her going down the low block. Smith back outside to Brown. It's Macy Brown driving hard and a jump ball. Good hands by Ashton Hansen. Alternate possession, though, will stay with the Riverhawks.
Good defense by the Thunder. You can see Macy Brown. She's determined to get herself involved in this game. Was in foul trouble in the first half. Only played 5 minutes. And you can just see a little bit of the frustration, her wanting to do something to help her team.
5-point lead. Skinner wants a triple. Back iron as the shot clock is winding down, but an offensive rebound. Riverhawks will reset outside to Brown. Now she'll drive the middle of the lane, go to the left-hand scoop shot. No good. Missed it, but got it back and puts it home.
First bucket for Macy there. Just great effort. You know, missed the first one, didn't give up on it, got the rebound back, scored the putback.
Out top, Hansen looking for Heaton, and foul, offensive foul call. Both officials kind of looked at each other to make sure they had the same call, and then they call the charge.
And I really expect Ridgeline to pick up the pressure. I guarantee Coach looked at the stat sheet, said they had 10 turnovers, 7 of those were steals. That's something that we can use to our advantage, and I expect them to, especially at the beginning of this third quarter, ramp up the pressure here.
7-point lead again. Inside Brown, left-hand lane. Caught the underside of the rim, ran out of real estate. And here comes Hannah Heaton, guarded by Skinner. Skinner gets a tip and a steal. All alone, she'll just coast in and score it with the right hand.
Good.
Turnover, inbound pass, mishandled, back to Ridgeline.
Those are the errors, those are the mistakes that'll get this game out of reach in a hurry. Turnover down here, that's fine. Let's live with it. Let's now make a good play. Throw it off your teammate's shin out of bounds. Those are the plays that can't happen at this point for Desert Hills.
And I know we're only 2 minutes into the third quarter, but I mean, not a bad time for Coach. Take a timeout, just settle the troops down a little bit.
Skinner again. Emily Skinner, she's got 23, a game high. Already 2 points higher than her season average, and now a whistle and a foul defensively called on Smith.
And only 2 points away from outscoring Desert Hills as a team.
Yeah, good point, Casey. Ren Mortensen.
And here's that pressure again by Hallie Smith, doing a great job. Man, she's in her stance, moving her feet. She's a bulldog on defense.
And she's relentless, that's for sure. On the last possession, though, J.C. Riding for Desert Hills did a nice job of drawing a foul. She moved over in front, took the contact, and was able to get the foul call.
Another steal, poked away by Macy Brown. Ahead to Livingston, left-hand lane. Oh, yeah. Here come the running Riverhawks. Defense leading to offense, and the largest lead of the game. In a blink of an eye, it's a 13-point advantage.
Yeah, good timeout by the coach. They have to talk about, you don't want to go into a timeout and say, hey, don't turn the ball over, because then the last thing your girls hear is turnover. Go in, say, make good plays, take care of the ball, share the ball with each other, but they can't keep giving out run-out layups for the Riverhawks.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a quick timeout. Be right back. Riverhawks lead by 13.
Find your next career at West Liberty Foods. Visit careers.wlfoods.com.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
Are you looking for better control of your technology? Create an intelligent home technology experience that even Tony Stark would love. Enjoy simple control of the technology in your home with an Elon control system from AIS. Visit AISAV.com to learn more.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Welcome back. Quarterfinal action here from the Spectrum. Devin Dixon, J.C. Carroll, Casey Winters. High School Hoops brought to you by Boulevard Home Furnishings. Desert Hills down by 7 at the half, and all of a sudden, here come the Riverhawks. Another steal. Livingston this time as she goes coast to coast. Steals, fast break points, killing Desert Hills right now.
Yeah, that's as a coach, those ones are frustrating. Just come out of a timeout, you talk about taking care of the ball, and on the inbounds pass, you make an errant pass. So Desert Hills needs to settle down, go to work, and be competitive in the rest of this game.
A little better possession there. They got a pretty good look down low by Caitlin Andrus, but a little up and under shot falls off the rim, and it's a 15-point lead. Livingston from the J.C. Carroll three-point line. No good.
No good. Nice little pin down action there. You can tell they're looking to get her some of these three-point opportunities, and that time's just a little short. Look, I'm kind of an old school guy. I didn't shoot a lot of very deep threes, and these young ladies are well past the college line shooting it up, and I'm going, if I'm coaching them, hey, that's fine, but let's move in a little bit. Still counts as three on the line.
Well, they're moving a little bit when they get out and run. Another lay-in by Smith, and Ridgeline is pulling away quickly here in the third.
Yeah, that 7-point lead at halftime is all of a sudden ballooned up to 17. The last thing Coach DeNoss wanted to happen here in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter.
They go into Hanson, and the left-hand shot angle wasn't there. And too strong. Livingston charging hard. That land no good. Put back. That won't fall. A third attempt too strong, but a foul. A bump foul on J.C. Riding. Holbrook asphalt replay. Crashing the glass. And really, J.C. didn't box out or anything. She started to go for the rebound. They got stuck in no man's land.
Sometimes you just get caught in the wrong spot at the wrong time and pay the consequence.
Substitutions. Jenna Brown and Bryn Mortensen will check out. Tess Peterson and Hannah Heaton check back in. Also, Macy Brown, Elise Livingston getting a breather.
Now in the game, number 2, Mikhail Perry, and number 10, Mia Damoon. For Desert Hills.
Desert Hills desperately in need of a bucket. They've only scored 2 points in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half. On the flip side, it's a 13-2 run. Riding, step back three, back iron, offensive rebound, Heaton in the corner. Drives the baseline. Mooney comes over, forces a pass back out to Riding. And Desert Hills can reset with a fresh shot clock.
And there's Hallie Smith again guarding the ball. I really like her game and just her approach. She's going to work hard, and she's going to make it a rough night for whoever she's guarding.
Straight away, Hanson spins away from a double team. That mid-range J, short.
Good shot. Good offensive possession by Desert Hills that time. Moved the ball around, used the clock, got a good shot. Nothing to complain about there.
Riverhawks misfiring as well. These last 2:30 guys, you got to feel like if Desert Hills can't get it back near single digits, they're going to be in big trouble. That three would have held from Andrus, but they do get the offensive rebound. Riding out top, holding. She's got to work against what you call the Bulldog, Hallie Smith. Now Hannah Heaton, guarded by Zollinger. Heaton lost the dribble. Skinner near steal. Now at advantage Desert Hills. And inside to Hanson. And one. Ashton Hanson.
Good play there. Emily Skinner got caught a little out of position and created an opportunity for Desert Hills. And honestly, she made a great play opportunity to get three the hard way.
You know, Coach Jinx will live with that gamble by Skinner, though, because she's had 3 or 4 that she's got the coast-to-coast lane off the steals.
That's it. You will. You'll live with that, because, as you mentioned, she's probably tried for 5 of them and was successful in 4. So you kind of say, hey, we'll live with it, live to play another day.
Ashton Hansen, first Desert Hills player in double figures. She's got 11.
She's played very nicely. The junior completes the old-fashioned three-point play, hitting from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Ridgeline. Appreciate Fabulous Freddy's. Locations in Las Vegas, St. George, Lehigh, and Sandy. You're in a car feeling fabulous. If you're down in St. George to see the Parade of Homes, fill up and take a gas, get out and see the parade. Get a free car wash when you show your parade ticket at the 2 Southern Utah Fab Freddy's. 1:50 left here, third quarter. Zollinger out top. Goes over to DeMooney. Now Coffin corner. DeMooney sets a pick. Brown up top to Livingston. Livingston will hoist and hit the 3. You First Credit Union 3. Elise Livingston. She's got a couple of those tonight.
Yeah, she has a really nice-looking jump shot. You can tell that that's something they want her to do. It's something that she's accustomed to doing. And she's done a good job making some key baskets for them.
Yeah, ever since the second quarter, she's come on strong. She's got 16 for the Riverhawks.
And you need that. Skinner obviously leading the way, but you need that 1-2 punch or that trio of scorers. It makes it a lot easier when you don't have to rely on one of these ladies to carry the load the whole night long.
You really do. As we sit and watch these Riverhawks play, Emily Skinner, obviously a standout, doing an unbelievable job, but the core around her, we've talked about number 25, Haley Smith, her defensive pressure, 23, Elise Livingston coming in and making big baskets. There are a group of girls that know how to play basketball and play together. This young Macy Brown in the game now getting to contribute a bit more in the second half.
Mikkel Perry out there as well with Zollinger, Macy Brown, DeMooney, and Livingston. So Skinner getting a little breather right now. That wraparound pass tipped and stolen away. Brown leading the break. Over to Livingston. 50 seconds left in the quarter. Baseline jumper. Ricochet short off the rim. Rebound D. Hills. Lob it down to the baseline. Lob it cross court to Tess Peterson. She's fouled. Little ball fake. Got the defender to leave the feet.
Yeah, good ball fake. Got Macy Brown in the air. She's coming out a little anxious. Foul trouble today. Interesting fact, maybe you all know this or you might not. Macy Brown is the daughter of downtown Tony Brown.
Okay.
Aggie great, legendary three-point shooter. And so she's got a little bit of a basketball pedigree in her life.
Absolutely. I wonder how much she lets Dad coach her.
If they're like most young people, they fight their parents no matter how good they were. But the good players will listen to their dads if they have this kind of experience that Tony Brown has.
Words of wisdom from J.C. Carroll. My son started shaking me off on the golf instruction at about 14 years old. Till then I was good, and then he's like, once he started beating me, he's like, Dad, I don't need your help. I'm beating you every time out.
Yeah, what do you have to teach me? I'll listen here, old man.
It is true. I'm asking him what I'm doing wrong when I hit one OB. Shot up, no good, but a whistle and a foul. 10.8 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Number 32, Brindley.
Appreciate all our great sponsors bringing the game tonight. We're going to hand out some awards to Player of the Game, brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware. We'll also name our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. Got a lot of steals and scores for Ridgeline to choose from. Hannah Heaton's got 6. She's hounded by who else? Smith. Ahead. Andrus knew the shot clock winding down. Got a good look on a turnaround 3, but it's off the rim, no good. We play 3 quarters here. Ridgeline 22-0, undefeated, the number 1 overall seed, flexing their muscles here at the Spectrum, 46-28, heading to the fourth quarter when we come back.
For all your project needs, shop at Greer's Hardware, happily serving the community since 1976.
When it comes to your child's teeth, Dr. Cody and his experienced staff at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry are game changers. So when it comes to checkups, a toothache, or any problem with your kid's teeth, call experienced veteran Dr. Cody Johnson at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, 628-0511.
Kent's is your one-stop shop for fresh produce, bakery items, deli, and meat. Stop by today for fast, friendly service.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
If you want your athlete to be ready for the state level, they need to start with high hoops. Let Wade Bronson, a state basketball champion, use his coaching and expertise to get your athlete on the top of their game. Call to find out how you can join a team or play in their annual 3v3 showcase.
School saying, hey, come over.
We're back. Devin Dix, J.C. Carroll, Casey Winters. We didn't stop talking through that break. You couldn't hear us. We should have stayed live.
Nothing better than talking basketball.
Yeah. Basketball never sleeps with our crew.
Here's that elevator play again. Looks like they got the elevator, and then they look for a slip on the backside. Just wasn't quite there.
Wasn't quite there. Creative play call out of the break. I'd like to see him try some different options.
The trust was there. She threw it anyway, expecting her to be there.
She did. Heck, with Emily running that, maybe it turns into a backdoor lob dunk play down the road.
Hannah Heaton kicks to the corner. Jenna Brown will hoist a three. In and out, no good. 46-28. Thunder need to make a run now.
Yeah, it was an amazing third quarter for Ridgeline there. They definitely imposed their will.
Skinner drives. Missed it. You almost expect it to go in when she gets down the lane.
You expect it to go in. As I watch Desert Hills, I try and think what can they do to slow down Emily. And they give her space. They kind of give her some space. I almost wonder if you could put, a JC on her and pressure full court, how she would handle that. I'm guessing pretty well, but it'd be good to give her something different to see.
She definitely is hard to keep in front.
Yes.
I mean, you really got to work hard. And that's probably why Smith's so good defensively. She probably has to guard Skinner in practice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Skinner drives the lane, same spot, same result. Hangs on the rim, falls off, no good.
She's making the right play. She's had 4 of those where it just hasn't quite gone in.
Three-pointer goes through the net. Did the bucket count or with the foul first?
I think the foul. There's no way. Would be quite the continuation there.
Here's a look at our replay brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt. Hannah Heaton gets it over there to Tess Peterson. Wide open three, but you saw the contact. Certainly the foul came first. I think they got to wave that bucket off.
I think that's a good time just to let it play on,
I'm sure Coach Tanas would have traded the three for the foul.
Yeah, they should maybe give him the option. Which do you want, the
do
foul or the basket?
Inbounds goes to Brown, out to Heaton, out to Peterson. Do like these two freshmen getting valuable minutes for Tanas, Bryn Mortensen, Tess Peterson tonight.
Absolutely. And you can see, Emily obviously is a great talent. She played lots of minutes as a freshman. Olivia Hamlin played tons of minutes as a freshman. Kelly Howard. And it just, you watch some of these players play and you never guess that they're sophomores.
Well, girls just develop earlier than boys nowadays, look at Skinner. She does. If you were showing up at the stadium for the first time, you'd think she's a senior, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. That's, you look at boys, it's a lot different. A freshman boy to a senior boy, there's usually a very big difference in what those individuals look like. In the girls' sport, that difference isn't quite as noticeable. I got an 8th grade daughter that she could step out here, and you would think she was a sophomore or junior as well. So
I believe it. She let you coach her?
She does right now.
Keep it that way.
We did have she did talk back to me the other day, and we had a quick timeout, and she had a seat for a little bit. So
Skinner, transition three, off the mark, rebound Hanson.
She works, man. Number 25, Haley Smith. That girl works. She knows her role. She fulfills it to mastery level, at least in this game.
Entry pass bobbled, but Desert Hill's fortunate to keep it at this end.
I think that's a testament to this Ridgeline program when you have players like that do their role. I mean, JC, I know you played on some amazing teams here at Utah State, and you can probably name a few guys that just went in, they rebounded, they screened, they did all the dirty work, and that's what made you guys so successful.
Yeah, you have to have those players. Not everyone can be the leading scorer. Not everyone can have those jobs, but it doesn't mean those other jobs aren't just as important. I wouldn't have been on teams that had such the success we had without those guys.
Thunder 3 won't go. They've really cooled off. I mean, just 5 points in the second half. And it's a 20-point lead, the largest of the night. Ridgeline wants more. Corner pocket, 3, nothing but the bottom.
3 points, number 32,
Brinley Wise, a 6-foot junior, comes in and makes a corner 3.
And they got the ball on time, open look, and Weiss buried it.
And this was, with 5 minutes left, you wonder, is it valuable to maybe go to the bench right now, get some girls some rest, save the legs a little bit? Because, if I'm Ridgeline, I'm planning on playing 2 more games, here tomorrow and Saturday.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably about at that point. You've given your starters a run. They're in the flow. They figured out what the gym's all about. Maybe sit them down, get some of these other girls an opportunity to get some rhythm as well.
Ashton Hansen leading the way for the Thunder. She's got 13 now. And at the other end, beautiful bucket, Macy Brown. Maybe under 4 here coming up. Maybe next stoppage we'll see Coach Jinks go to the bench.
Yeah, looks like a few girls are shedding the warm-ups over there.
Certainly this game is under control. 53-30. Tight first half. Ridgeline surged late at the break to take a 7-point lead. Since then, they have really put an emphasis on defense that's translated nicely to offense. Their fast break points, certainly a big storyline in this one. Inside left-handed shot, Jenna Brown. Desert Hills continuing to go low block. Hansen the trip prior, and now Brown, so both the post players getting buckets.
Yeah, and I think if you're Coach Shanas, we talked about it, his team played so well in the first half. And it's just, watching this team, it's how long can you weather the storm? And I think they held on about as long as they could have.
First points of the fourth quarter for Skinner. She's now got a game-high 25, and it's a smooth 25, guys.
It is. It's not selfish. It's part of their flow. It's within the team game. It's a little inside, it's a little outside. A lot for her was defense turning into offense.
And look at this, another steal on cue. That's been the theme all night long. Ridgeline rolling their way into the semifinals in front of their fans here at the Spectrum.
Absolutely. Haley Smith, Elise Livingston, Macy Brown, all juniors coming back for another year. And then, of course, Emily Skinner. These girls this team has a bright future.
If they could have won in multiple overtimes last year, you could be talking about a dynasty that could be a 4-peat potentially.
Yeah, it really could. And it's just, you've got a group of girls know how to play. Like I mentioned, I hung out with their strength and conditioning coach a little bit yesterday, and he goes, it just is a rare combination of a bunch of very talented young ladies that have played basketball for a long time together. And this is the result. If you want to build a program, start young and get them interested, get them to buy in to what you want to accomplish.
Here comes the substitutions. It comes at the 2:27 mark. Wholesale, standing ovation. All the starters taking a seat. Ridgeline getting high fives from their coach. 30-second timeout. We're going to have a chance to talk about tomorrow. This Ridgeline team is going to have to play. They're going to have to play they're going to have to play the winner of the next game, Dixie or Green Canyon. Of course, Green Canyon, something they're really familiar with. They're the 4 seeds. Dixie's the 5 seed. We know Skyview already won in the girls' bracket. They will play Snow Canyon, who won earlier tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to some good basketball coming up, no matter who it ends up being. The Skyview versus Mountain Crest end up being a came right down to the wire. Mountain Crest, the 7th seed, gave Skyview all they could handle. And now, as we're coming into this, it's just good basketball. That's what makes the state tournament so fun. You get teams competing, young people competing for their opportunity to play another game.
And that Skyview team lost one of their most valuable players in Melanie Hyatt. You saw her with, I think it was an ACL. She had crutches, the brace on. So they're kind of playing for a teammate that is injured right now. So that'll be an interesting storyline to watch going into the semis tomorrow. If you missed any of the boys' action earlier today, Crimson and Skyview won. They'll meet tomorrow night at 6. Dixie and Layton Christian also winning. They'll meet after that about 7:40 tomorrow night. Mortensen kick out to Peterson. Now to Jenna Brown. Coach Danos made a couple substitutions. He's got his 2 freshmen in there together, Peterson and Mortensen.
Yeah, and he's still got Anderson there, the one senior.
Yep.
Let her finish up her career out there on the court.
Down to 3 on the shot clock. Peterson up, double dribble. Turnover, that's been the theme, is Ridgeline has forced Desert Hills into too many of those tonight to upset the Riverhawks, who are going to improve to 23-0. Guys, what an impressive season, and that season continues tomorrow late afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. These ladies have really shown up, as their coach mentioned the first in her interview. It's just the next game. They're not talking about, hey, we're undefeated, hey, we're 23-0. It's, hey, who's the next game? Who's the next opponent?
On the flip side, the defending state champs, they're going to lose this game, but Coach Danos has got to be really excited about the future and how this team has fought through and responded after losing all those stars they had last year to graduation.
Yeah, they had a great season, and like you said, valuable experience. The sad thing is they know they're going to run into this Ridgeline team again next year. Jason just mentioned, they're a young group that's going to be, the team to beat for a couple years here.
Free throw, second attempt, no good. Mortensen racing ahead, had it knocked out of bounds. Get you some names here of some of the players into the game. That was knocked out of bounds by McKady Jinks. That's got to be Coach's daughter, right? I'm assuming.
Yep, Coach's daughter coming in, getting some minutes in the state tournament.
And she's just a sophomore as well. Inside, Hannah Heaton, no, but a foul. Annie Wallace is checked in. 6'1" sophomore. Also Paige Woolrich in. And Hannah Heaton to the line. Hannah, just a junior, hits. She'll have one more. 1:27 left to go. 60-33. Coach Danos and Coach Carl Frankie over there having a conversation on the Thunder bench. Whatever Coach Frankie said, he got a chuckle out of Coach Danos.
Maybe he said he had a tea time next week or something like that.
Well, we're not playing Birch Creek or Logan River, I can tell you that much.
And at this point, we might not be playing up there till July.
20 seconds on the shot clock. Work it over to Wallace. Annie drives and scores. And look at the bench. These starters know how hard these girls work in practice, and to get a bucket in the state tournament, pretty exciting for everybody. Heaton, trip, fouled.
A nice basket for the young sophomore. Come in, get a basket for the state tournament, and then get her name on another stat line for a foul on this side. So.
Did either of you guys win a state championship in high school?
I did
basketball?
not.
No,
did not.
I lost in the final.
It's
hard.
It's hard to do.
It's hard to win state championships. It takes a lot of things have to come together to win those things. I was the number 1 team in the state. I was in Ridgeline's position, and in the semifinals we had an infamous block charge call and changed the tide, and we did not win.
And you probably can remember it like it was yesterday.
It's very familiar to me.
Drive and score. There's Jinx with the bucket. That was a nice move with the left hand. 40 ticks left in this one. rough day for Desert Hills. Their boys lose to Dixie earlier, and the defending champ girls going to bow out here to Ridgeline in the nightcap. Same.
I think if I'm Coach Jinks, this is exactly what I wanted, right? I wanted to come in here knowing that maybe it might be a little bit of a rough start, getting the nerves out. But then we settled in, played our game, and just ended this game the exact way that I wanted to, knowing that we're going to have a tougher battle tomorrow night.
And that'll do it. Ridgeline, in a rematch of last year's state championship, extracts a little revenge on Desert Hills. Tip of the cap to Coach Tanas and the Thunder. At the halfway point, they had Ridgeline's attention. This was a game, but Ridgeline just too much. Creating turnovers, getting out, running the lanes, scoring. Emily Skinner tonight, a game-high 27 points in the victory. But she had help. How about 18 for Elise Livingston? Desert Hills led by Ashton Hansen. She'll be back next year. Just a junior. She had 13 points in the loss. Hannah Heaton chipped in 8. But it is the Riverhawks marching on to the semifinals. Waiting Kate Dowley, our reporter, to get caught up with Coach Jinks. And let's go down to Kate in just a second here as Coach Jinks will come over to us. And we'll hear from the winning coach, Coach Jinks, 23-0. Kate, take it away.
Coach, it seemed like your girls are having so much fun out there. How fun really was it?
Yeah, I mean, that's something we try to remember is you guys are playing basketball, you love to win, but if you're not having fun, then why play? So we did. We told them in the locker room, get out there and have fun.
Yes, at half, you said you wanted your girls to change the way that they were doing their defense, and they did.
They absolutely did, yeah. They're fun to coach because they're so coachable. And I thought we made some little tweaks to help us protect the rim a little bit better. I thought the girls did a great job.
Yes. Well, welcome to the Final Four, and good luck in tomorrow's game.
Thanks so much. Appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Back to you.
All right, that's Kate Dowley there with Coach Jinks. And boy, oh boy, this team looks poised, but they can't sleep on these other three teams, but they do have a bullseye on their back. They are the clear-cut favorite, guys.
Absolutely, and as this tournament goes on, crazy things happen, and after tonight, we got one more game left, but I definitely think everyone's chasing Ridgeline right now on the girls' side. I think on the boys' side, it's a little bit closer. You got Dixie, you got Skyview, of course, Crimson, Layton Christian. But I definitely think, Ridgeline, if they play like they did tonight, they're going to be a tough out here in the Spectrum.
He's Casey Winters, J.C. Carroll, I'm Devin Dixon. We're going to take a quick 60-second timeout. When we come back, bring you the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. We'll hand out some awards, put a recap together for you, and then we'll spin it around. One more game coming up here on KSLSports.com. That'll be Dixie and Green Canyon. Don't touch that dial.
If you want your athlete to be ready for the state level, they need to start with high hoops. Let Wade Bronson, a state basketball champion, use his coaching and expertise to get your athlete on the top of their game. Call to find out how you can join a team or play in their annual 3v3 showcase.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Stop in and see what's new at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, a proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
I'm Bo Bradshaw, owner of Bo's Auto Parts. I want to watch the game as well, so I'll make this quick. When you come into Bo's Auto Parts, our store mission is simple. Supply our customers with the best auto parts and the best customer service we can provide. Come on by and see if we can deliver.
Are you looking for better control of your technology? Create an intelligent home technology experience that even Tony Stark would love. Enjoy simple control of the technology in your home with an Elon control system from AIS. Visit AISAV.com to learn more.
Utah is growing, and we're growing too. What started on the U of U campus has grown to over 110,000 members with 20 locations, and we're ready to meet even more of you. More than a campus or a branch, we are Utah's teachers, businesses, and families. For over 65 years, we've been part of your community, and while our name is changing, our commitment to you is not. University Credit Union is now You First Credit Union. See why it's getting even better here. Welcome to You First.
Welcome back. Post-game show brought to you by Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Devin Dixon, Casey Winters, J.C. Carroll here to put a bow on Ridgeline's win over Desert Hills, 64-36. It's easy, but it's not easy because you almost expect when you start talking about the player of the game, you could go with Skinner almost every night for Ridgeline, but there was some other players that really stepped up. Let's start the discussion. JC, is it Emily Skinner who had a game-high 27, or do you like what Elise Livingston did or what Smith did? I mean, Smith had 9 points and 4 steals and did a bunch of good things out there on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we talked about Emily Skinner. She's definitely deserving of it. Not only did she have the 27 points, but she had 6 steals herself.
Yeah.
So she was very solid on both ends of the floor for her team. But as we mentioned, those other girls, I was thoroughly impressed with the way Haley Smith played. As a coach, she's somebody that you can put out there and really rely and count on the effort she put on. I mean, I was sitting here many times. If I wasn't talking on the air, I'd be like, holy cow, look at this girl go. She's doing her role masterfully. And, of course, Elise Livingston, she came in.
She was
in
great.
The second half, ended up being great. Finished with 18 points. 6 of 13 from the field. She has 4 steals herself. So, they did a great job. Great team effort.
Casey, who's your player of the game?
Emily Skinner. I'll make it easy. And
it's hard to argue.
And obviously those other girls make. But I think JC mentioned, 6 steals, 7 rebounds. Obviously the scoring gets the majority of the attention, but she's a great all-around player. Right hand, left hand, hit a 3, couple free throws. Just a really complete game for Emily tonight.
If you were going to name one for Desert Hills, you'd probably go with Ashton Hansen. She led the way, the only Thunder player in double figures.
Yeah.
13.7 rebounds for Ashton. She's a junior. She'll be back. The play of the game, a lot of steals leading to lay-ins. Is there one that really stands out? I mean, there was 15 steals tonight, and I think about 12 or 13 of them ended up in lay-ins.
You had a couple really deep threes, that maybe could be in contention, but I think maybe it goes back to, right there at the end of the second quarter when the game was tight, and then Ridgeline took that, 7-point lead in the locker room. I think there was a 3, and then, one of those fast break layups with a nice little pass over the top.
Okay, let's go with that as our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. That did give them a cushion at the half, and, of course, they extended that easily in half number 2. Got to name a Jersey Mike's sub of the game, a sub above the rest. Get it Mike's way. You got to load it up Mike's way at Jersey Mike's. Stop by a Utah location. Obviously, DeMooney came in, played some really good minutes. Jinx came in, scored a late bucket. Bryn Mortensen and Tess Peterson. I thought Mortensen was great tonight. 4 points, 3 rebounds. Let's go with Bryn Mortensen. She's just a freshman.
Yeah.
You didn't know what you'd expect from your freshman in the state playoffs in this setting. Let's give Desert Hills a little love there. I think Bryn Mortensen deserving of our Jersey Mike sub of the game.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, points, 3 rebounds, assists, 2 steals. Yeah, good job by the freshman.
Any other stats that stand out as you look at some Adams Wealth Advisor stats? JC, what else jumps out at you?
Yeah, the biggest thing is obviously the turnovers for Desert Hills, 23 turnovers. On the other end of this court, Ridgeline, 15 of those were steals. I mean, that's an unreal number when you're talking about steals. Another positive for Desert Hills, they out-rebounded Ridgeline, 26 rebounds to 24. I think that's something that Ridgeline can go and talk about, that the amount of rebounds that the other team was able to get. Desert Hills also shot well from the line. They were 10 for 13 from the line. So a couple of those things stick out. Obviously, Ridgeline dominating many of the other statistical categories, but the steals, rebounds were key.
Final thoughts, Casey, before we wrap up our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show and get you ready for the nightcap. One more game coming up in just a few, Dixie and Green Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned a great job by Coach Denos and the Thunder all season long. Just came up a little short tonight. And then really excited to watch Ridgeline, the rest of the weekend and see if they can cap off. I don't know when there was a team, at least on the women's side, that had an undefeated season. So not only are they chasing the state championship, but they're also chasing an undefeated season, which doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
No, it's very hard to have an undefeated season in any level, any league, any genre of anything. it's just one-off night, a night where the other team gets really hot. It's hard, so they're chasing something that's difficult to do. They're off to a great start. We'll see what happens in the next few games.
All right, it is the final again, 64-36. This has been the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. J.C. Carroll, privileged to work a game with you, man. Great job. Casey Winters, always a pleasure. And we'll say goodnight for this game, but one more coming up here on KSLSports.com. But congratulations to Ridgeline, now 23-0 as they punch their ticket to the semifinals by beating Desert Hills.